Good afternoon, dear students. I am Swati, your biology teacher, and I am very happy that my videos are being watched so many times. Each and every video of mine has crossed lump sum 200 views, and the subscribers are growing day by day. So I'm very happy. Keep supporting me. And the last video that I made on sexual reproduction on flowering plants, it was appreciated, but few students of standard 12th have complained me that ma'am, in that video I have described the basics, we need it for ourselves. So I would like to tell you students कि sexual reproduction in flowering plants for standard 12 students will be divided into the pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization events. So it is not possible to make a whole video because it will be difficult for me to upload, so as the network over here is very weak. So I would break it into parts. I would upload 2 to 3 videos on the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In the very first lecture, I would be discussing the pre-fertilization events and specifically the microsporogenesis. So let us study. As you are aware बच्चों कि microsporogenesis is the formation of microsporogenesis. Now this is the process of formation of the microspores from the microspore mother cell following the meiotic division. Now ये सारे term आपको अजनबी लग रहे होंगे, so I will start with what you already know and will gradually come to the final process, which is the PMC giving rise to microspore through reductional division. So first of all, you are aware that a stamen looks like this, a typical bilobed anther with a filament. This bilobed anther is diathecous, means 2-layer thick cell wall not matlab walls. If you view it in the cross section, if you take a cross section, a transverse section of this anther, it will appear somewhat like this. Okay. It will appear something like this. Now these 4 nearly spherical or the circular areas are the 4 locules or the chambers called the microsporangia. Microsporangia. If you have to make it singular, just replace A with sporangium, and it becomes, you are talking of only one sporangia. And since there are 4, so I would be using microsporangia. How many microsporangia are there? 4 microsporangia. So when you will cut the transverse section, the cross section of an anther appears to be like this, consisting of the 4 microsporangia. And this region, okay, this region I will magnify and draw with all the layers, the wall layers and the sporogenous tissue. What is sporogenous tissue? You will come to know in a moment. Now this portion I have taken and magnified. So dear students, as you can see, the outer layer is the epidermis. The inner layer, the second one is endothecium. These cells are the third layer, one is the middle layers. This, the final layer after which the shape of the cell has changed, is the nutritive layer called tapetum. And these nearly isodiametric cell with prominent nucleus and dense cytoplasm, these cells together form the sporogenous tissues. Sporogenous tissues. So typically I have drawn this region. Now there are 4 microsporangia. The circular region, if I'll draw it, I'll draw it circular. I have drawn 1/4, okay, a quarter of it. So all the 4 sporangia have this sporogenous tissue. These sporogenous tissue have the ability to mature in the form of MMC. Now what does MMC means? MMC stands for megaspore mother cell. This is megaspore. Actually this sporangium, when the anther matures, will be termed as the pollen sac. What it will be termed? Pollen sac. When the anther will mature, the whole 4 sporangiums, the sporangias, they will transform into pollen sacs. So there will be 4 pollen sacs, and this sporogenous tissue inside the sporangium will act as the megaspore mother cell. Each sporangial cell is capable of giving rise to a megaspore mother cell. It is kind of transformation. ठीक है, जब तक एंथर यंग रहेगा, उसके इस सर्कुलर या स्फेरिकल रीजन को, या 4 चैम्बर को हम स्पोरांजिया कहेंगे. 4 हैं इसलिए स्पोरांजिया, एक की बात करेंगे तो स्पोरांजियम कहेंगे. ठीक है, एक स्पोरांजिया जो है उसका एक क्वार्टर, एक भाग मैंने यहाँ पर मैग्नीफाई करके ड्रॉ किया. Now this sporangia has epidermis and endothecium and the middle layers. ये सब सेल के layers हैं. All will have the cytoplasm and the organelles. But after tapetum is the nutritive layer. Inside of the tapetum you will find isodiametric, densely cytoplasmic and prominent nucleus holding cell called the sporogenous cell. Because there are various sporogenous cell, it is known as, and those are similar, performing the same function, are known as sporogenous tissue. ये young anther की बात है बच्चों. When this young anther will mature, तो इसका कहने का मतलब है कि now you will not call this microsporangia, you will call it a pollen sac. And the sporogenous tissue, each and every cell of the sporogenous tissue is capable of giving rise to the megaspore mother cell, which is diploid, means it has 2 sets of chromosomes. Now what will happen, dear student? Each megaspore mother cell, है ना, each megaspore mother cell will divide by what the process is known as meiosis. Meiosis is the reductional division, and each megaspore, one megaspore mother cell will give rise to 4 different microspores. What are these? These are microspores. इसको हम माइक्रोस्पोर कहेंगे. Now all these four is a potential pollen grain. यही मॉडिफाई करेगा पोलन ग्रेन में. अंडरस्टूड. यहाँ पर मियोसिस हुआ है तो इट इज़ ऑब्वियस दैट इट हैज़ n सेट ऑफ क्रोमोसोम, हाफ द नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम कंपेयर टू द मेगास्पोर मदर सेल. यही मेन इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेज है. अब यहीं से हम मेल गैमिटोफाइटिस को कंसिडर करेंगे. माइक्रोस्पोर को. नाउ व्हाट हैपन्स इनसाइड अ माइक्रोस्पोर एंड इट गेट्स ट्रांसफॉर्म टू पोलन ग्रेन. अब उसको थोड़ा सा देखेंगे. क्योंकि मैंने आपको बताया ना माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस मतलब क्या है. माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस मैंने आपको पहले ही कहा था कि पोलन मदर सेल जो है, जो एमएमसी है, माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल, वो जब मियोसिस से डिवाइड करके माइक्रोस्पोर बनाएगा उसी को माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस कहते हैं. तो बेसिकली वही चीज़ है. ठीक है. अब यहाँ देखिए, ये मान लीजिए ये आपका एमएमसी था. एमएमसी आपको नाम पता है, माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. नाउ दिस एमएमसी थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ मायोसिस आपको पता है, रिडक्शनल डिवीजन, विल गिव राइज टू माइक्रोस्पोर, 4 माइक्रोस्पोर. मैंने उस समय आपको लीनियर अरेंजमेंट दिखाया था. दीज 4 माइक्रोस्पोर्स generally they are in this shape, 3 from the front and 1 in the back, the tetrahedral shape. Understood? एक पीछे भी है, back side, which is not visible in 2 dimension. Okay, so 1 over there. So total the 4 cells. This structure will be known as microspore tetrad. So a microspore mother cell, a microspore means single microspore mother cell is capable of giving rise to a microspore tetrad. Tetrad means 4 microspores together. Understood? Now you can imagine each sporogenous cell is capable of giving rise to 4 microspores. Now what will happen? Gradually the anther will start maturing and it will start dehydrating. What will happen? There will be dehydration in the pollen sac. Okay, pollen sac or the obviously the sporangia. Okay, so there will be dehydration, as a result of which these 4 will turn loose. अभी ये joint है, these will make themselves free. Understood? And that will be the time when the sporangium will enlarge in size and will be considered as the pollen sac, and the pollen sac will dehisce. The anther will dehisce and the pollen grains from the pollen sac will disseminate. But what makes this microspore called a pollen grain? Now this microspore secretes some of the substances, as a result of which what will happen? There will be 2 layers. Now a typical pollen grain is having 2 layers. The outermost layer, which I have marked with red, is called the exine. Outermost layer that I have marked in red is the exine. Now this exine is made up of one of the toughest, least reactive material, which is known as sporopollenin. जो exine है, that is made up of one of the toughest nut to crack material, organic compound known in this world, and this is the reason that the pollen grains are preserved in the form of fossil, because they have this substance called sporopollenin. This sporopollenin cannot be degraded by any enzyme, is unaffected with the rising temperature or pH or acidity. So this is keeping the pollen grain intact. Are you getting my point? Now you can ask, ma'am, if sporopollenin is there, then how the pollen tube comes out if it is tough nut to crack? The distribution of the exine is not regular. There are places on pollen grain where there is no exine. Now these places are the pores, germ pores. Now there are several places where sporopollenin is absent, the exine is absent. That place is a pore. Now through that pore the pollen tube will grow. When the pollen grain will be shed on the stigma, the feathery surface of the female structure of the flower, the pollen tube will come out through these pores. Okay, so the outer layer of the pollen grain is called exine. The inner, which I have mentioned with black, is called intine. Now this intine is made up of cellulose and pectin. What it is made up of? Cellulose and pectin. Okay, these are the pores on the pollen grain, and this pore is responsible for the growth of pollen tube outside, okay, and coming of the male gamete. Now let us understand what happens inside. Inside the pollen grain there are two cells which are formed mitotically. Now these microspores will from the inside what will happen, will divide, but this division will not be as of earlier, meiosis की तरह नहीं होगा. It will divide mitotically, and the division will be irregular in the sense that two unequal parts will be generated. Now the first one, the major portion of a pollen grain, see, I have drawn one microspore which is now transforming to pollen grain. How it is transforming? It will release the chemical substances, the sporopollenin, and that will deposit on the outer surface. The place where the sporopollenin will not be found are the pores from which the pollen tube will germinate. The inner layer intine is made up of cellulose and pectin. The cell divides mitotically to form two nucleus and two cells. The distribution is irregular. One is of larger shape. It is the vegetative cell. And the smaller one with spindle shaped nucleus that I have drawn in red, spindle हाशिए के shape का, that is the generative cell. Are you getting my point? Now the pollen grain is ready inside the pollen sac. Now no more we use the term microspore, no more we use the term microsporangia for the four spherical structures present on the anther. Now those microsporangia have transformed to pollen sac, and the microspores have transformed to what is called a pollen grain. A pollen grain typically appears like this under the microscope. It has the outer exine, the inner intine, the two cells, first one, the larger one with granular cytoplasm, densely granular cytoplasm, and the second one with the spindle shaped nucleus and less amount of cytoplasm. The former, the bigger one, is called vegetative, whereas the later one is called generative. This is the two-celled stage of a pollen grain. Okay. In 60% of angiosperms, pollen grain are shed at this stage, the two-cell stage, in 60%. In rest 40%, what happens is this generative cell, okay, I'm drawing it once again. This is the vegetative cell, this is the generative cell, the larger fraction of the smaller fraction. Now this generative cell, okay, this generative cell will divide its nucleus into two, okay. Now what will happen? This will happen. The pollen grain would look like this. This is called the three-celled stage of a pollen grain. In 40% rest of the angiosperm, one mitotic division follows. एक और mitotic division होगा generative cell में, and it will result into two cells. These two are the male gametes, okay, and this is the vegetative cell. In 30 to 40% of the angiosperm, better say 40%, in 40% of the angiosperm, the pollen grain is shed at three-celled stage. Are you getting my point? Three-cell stage का मतलब क्या है? So this is the process of microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis में क्या हुआ कि एंथर को अगर हम ट्रांसवर्स सेक्शन में देखेंगे तो 4 माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिया दिखेगा. ये एंथर का यंग स्टेज है जिसमें माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिया के अंदर का स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू will transform into what we call as the microspore mother cell. Gradually microspore mother cell will eventually give rise to microspore tetrad. Microspore tetrad का मतलब 4 माइक्रोस्पोर. Now what will happen? The anther will face dehydration and those 4 tetrads that were clubbed together will separate, will set apart, and the pollen and the whole of the microsporangia, okay, will grow bigger in size. The sporogenous tissue which has now transformed to microspores, है ना, बहुत सारे माइक्रोस्पोर्स, एक मतलब लाखों करोड़ों की संख्या में माइक्रोस्पोर्स will be generated in each of the sporangia. Now these microspore will release the chemical substances, है ना, स्पोरोपोलिनिन वगैरह बनेगा और उससे आउटर लेयर और इनर लेयर बनेगा, है ना, 2 लेयर का फॉर्मेशन होगा. द आउटर लेयर द एक्साइन मेड अप ऑफ स्पोरोपोलिनिन एंड द इनर लेयर द इंटाइन मेड अप ऑफ सेलुलोज एंड पेक्टिन. ठीक है, तो ये बन करके फिर अंदर के सेल में डिवीजन होगा. तो एक बड़ा सेल होगा जिसको वेजिटेटिव सेल कहेंगे और एक छोटा सेल होगा जिसमें स्पिंडल शेप न्यूक्लियस होगा जिसको जेनरेटिव सेल कहेंगे. अब हम पोलन सैक कहेंगे, माइक्रोस्पोरेंजियम नहीं कहेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि माइक्रोस्पोर हैज ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड टू दिस स्ट्रक्चर. अब हम माइक्रोस्पोरेंजियम को पोलन सैक कहेंगे, यानी कि एक मैच्योर एंथर के अंदर पोलन सैक कहलाएगा और एक यंग एंथर का माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिया कहलाएगा. चीज़ें वही हैं, बस हम नाम बदल रहे हैं क्योंकि अब थोड़ा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया है. उस समय माइक्रोस्पोर नाम का स्ट्रक्चर था, माइक्रोस्पोर टेट्राड बने थे, पर अब उस माइक्रोस्पोर में ऐसा रिलीज होकर के सब्सटेंस एक आउटर लेयर इनर लेयर बना लिया है, अंदर के सेल डिवाइड करके. नाउ दिस डिवीजन विल बी माइटोटिक डिवीजन. मियोटिक डिवीजन सिर्फ एक बार, कहाँ पर? तो पोलन मदर सेल से माइक्रोस्पोर टेट्राड बनने में, वहाँ पर मायोसिस होता है. वही मेन एक लाइन का अगर कहा जाए तो वही माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस है. ठीक है, लेकिन माइक्रोस्पोर बनने के बाद पोलन ग्रेन कैसे बना ये पता कीजिए तो आपको पता चलेगा कि माइक्रोस्पोर जो है अपना केमिकल सब्सटेंस को रिलीज करके एक्साइन और इंटाइन बनाएगा और सेल माइटोटिकली डिवाइड करके 2 सेल में बटेगा. इसी तरह का पोलन ग्रेन शेड होगा, मतलब एंथर डिहाइज करेगा और पोलन ग्रेन बाहर निकलेंगे. 60% ऑफ एंजियोस्पर्म इसी 2 सेल स्टेज पर स्पोर्स को रिलीज करते हैं, सॉरी स्पोर्स मैंने गलत बोल दिया मतलब आपके पोलन ग्रेन को रिलीज करते हैं। और उस स्पोरेंजिया को अब हम स्पोरेंजिया नहीं कहेंगे, अब हम क्या कहेंगे, पोलन सैक। सो पोलन ग्रेन 2 सेल स्टेज पर 60% ऑफ एंजियोस्पर्म में रिलीज हो जाता है। रेस्ट 40% में क्या होता है कि ये जो जेनरेटिव सेल है इट विल गो अनदर लेयर ऑफ मतलब अनदर राउंड ऑफ डिविजन एंड विल लीड टू फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द 2 मेल गैमेट्स। In 40% of angiosperm, the pollen grain is shed at this 3 cell stage. Now this pollen grain will dehisce, मतलब the anther will dehisce and the pollen grain will get dispersed. अब स्टिग्मा पर पहुंचेगा एंड पोलन ट्यूब जनरेट होगा और फिर आगे की कहानी हम पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है। पोलन ग्रेन आजकल बहुत इंटरेस्ट में है, क्यों? क्योंकि वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज़ में पोलन ग्रेन के टैबलेट्स और सिरप्स बनाकर बेचे जा रहे हैं और ये क्लेम किया जा रहा है कि इट इन्हांसेस द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ एथलीट्स एंड सर्टेन एनिमल्स इन द रेस कोर्ट, ठीक है। दूसरी चीज़ ये भी कि ये पोलन ग्रेन इसलिए भी इंटरेस्ट का है क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को पोलन एलर्जी होती है जिसको हम हे फीवर कहते हैं। तो बेसिकली जो पोलन ग्रेन के बारे में आपको जानना था वो मैंने आपको बता दिया। ये पूरा प्रोसेस माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस कहलाता है। अब अगली लेक्चर वीडियो में हम देखेंगे कि मेगास्पोरोजेनेसिस यानी ओव्यूल के अंदर एम्ब्रियो सैक का फॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रहा है, एग सेल कैसे बन रहा है, क्योंकि आपने मेल गैमेट बना लिया, फीमेल गैमेट बनाएंगे, फिर उसके बाद हम फर्टिलाइजेशन कराएंगे और फिर पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ेंगे। Thank you so much for listening to me, and please like and subscribe my channel, promote it. Thank you so much.